Okay, so this is a part two to that video. Um, just want to go over another trade that I took the next day, or actually the same day that I took that stop hunt, the stop hunt trade, which was here. And this was a bounce trade. You can see two leg pullback on the 4 hour, and then you can see the 1 hour legs, 1, 2, 3. And then the 5 minute, you can see the precision time frame, or the details. And you can see here where um, and this was happening also during continuation of the stop hunt of the Audchf spring, and during this time also was adding smaller positions. So I had position here, another position. Where was it? Actually, I had another position here. I just started to break levels, and then this was the test. So actually, let me go over this one real quick. So the reason I also entered the stop hunt um, trade was because I already explained that the 1 hour needed to stop hunt, and so I could grab its orders and continue. And also the news CPI set the direction already, strong direction because of how it came out better for the economy, or it's looking like the economy is going to start doing well. And then odd unemployment came in, and this created that stop hunt during Asia. And now usually a trade like this, I get in when it's okay. So I got in only because I moved my stop loss a little too early on this stop hunt, or sorry, on the secondary trade. So I actually originally had my stop hunt around here, and then I moved it at break even, which came stop me out only to continue. But I understood that, and so um, understanding all the variables and the tone, the market, everything, I re-entered with the same size and repositioned my stop loss around this area back to the original area. Um, so yes, I might have blindly hit it, but I understood why I hit it, and it was because I'm trying to get the same prices as my original position, where with my stop loss at the uh, at the correct area, which was my initial stop hunt or stop loss. And so okay, so I entered full size again, 1807, I believe it was that's a horrible lot size. Anyways, 1807 was my lot size, and I entered another 1% when I started to see it um, break SNRs, leaving him. So usually for these kinds of trades where it's just a test, and I'm saying a test, it's testing these areas again. It's stop hunting these areas. You want to see them break levels. So broke a level here, it broke another level here. So that already justified me entering, but I entered prior because once I seen this guy get taken out and this them being very aggressive, that's where I entered. And then I added, okay, and then sorry, so that took him out aggressively, even though it took him long enough, but it took him out aggressively. Mind you, this is during Asia. There's not a whole lot of volume as well. Um, and so usually, okay, so once they get taken out, they still have to test. And this was the test areas before going. And it was, okay, so London, London had just opened here, and then they kept it going. Still just digesting this whole stop hunt. And by 8, I it was around this area where I had my other point 0.5 a point 0.5 position to add to my positions here. And we also had news coming out on that Thursday, which I believe were, okay, so yeah, we had jobless claims, just to continue this overall trend. And I added there and allowed it to just continue. So while I'm adding that position, I'm also adding to the euro odd. Actually, not adding. I'm trading the euro odd as well because I'm seeing that overall across the board correlation is working with me. They're working with me. They digested the CPI news. They're pulling back, and this was a buyer who activated on the wrong side, got taken out. This is their last attempt on top of SNR, where they just failed to continue down. And that was my bounce trade that I had for that day. Another zero point 0.5 there, another 0.5% risk or lot risk, whatever you want to call it. Anyways, so odd USD the next day, still continuing the tone, the sentiment of this. So mind you, now we're buying because odd is on this side. Euro we were selling because odd was on the right side, and then we were buying odd Swiss franc because odd is on the left. So okay, here we can clearly see very similar picture to the euro odd. Two leg pullback on the 4 hour. You could clearly see it. One leg, two legs. Okay, so we're just gonna remove that. And on the 1 hour, you can see the details. You got one leg, two legs, three legs, fourth leg. Okay, so usually on these three legs parabolic moves or three legs, you just want to see them kill the buyer or the seller, and that's sufficient. So let's look at this on the 5 minute because that's a precision time frame. So the box was here, and even we could say here because this is anyway. So It's a little hard to see, but you can see that they broke a level. They started to hold. In the 15-minute, you could see them hold as well. So I'm just using all the time frames at this point. They're holding. It's as if, remember the same thing that happened with the Audchf Frank, where they broke many levels, including this one, and they're just testing before launching. Enter here. Um, and it never really gave me a signal to, except here. That's probably my signal to exit, but early in the 15 minutes, you can't see much. I got about 3 minutes. I'm keeping a look at it on the 15-minute because to me, I thought this was a daily 4 hour. It might actually not be, but maybe the exit should have been here. But it recovered. It recovered. Actually, no, 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 no. That's the thing right here. Um, because this is a seller selling at SNR attempting. He's attempting to sell at SNR. This was a test before going. That's why this exit would have been invalid. That's what it was. This is them getting tested before going, continuing. But also, there's another thing too that I want to point out is there was volume here increase when they're attempting, and then they just get trapped. That's an indication that buyers are actually hitting this ahead of time, and you're not going to get a test down here into them. You're just going to get a test up in here on the air, and they're going to continue. So yeah, so that's what it is. Where we have buyer breaking all these levels, and when we get to SNR, seller attempts with an increase in volume as it breaks out, and then the buyers also, it's the buyers candles that are starting to increase in volume. So the moment that it breaks up, that could be our entry, stop loss here, and TP here.